All right, good afternoon, everybody. Tom Stimulus with True North Group and also the Virginia SBDC here for our Tuesday Facebook Live. And today's topic is going to be hackers and different terminology used to describe hackers. Now, between the news and movies, you've heard the term black hat hackers. And really, what is a black hat hacker? But then you also have terms like white hat hackers, or you'll hear terms gray hat hackers. And it's gotten to the point now where you have different organizations will call red hat hackers and blue hat hackers. So what is that? Now, if you want to look at the term hacker, that applies to not just computers. It applies to basically anything. So if you work on your cars and you tweak things on your cars, or to make it perform better, that's actually hacking your engine. And in computers, the way it really started was, you had individuals that would try to get more processing power or better capabilities with what they had, and they would go in and change settings. Now, what happened though is as individuals started trying to find exploits in certain applications or systems or websites, the term hacker was applied to those individuals. And a black hat hacker really is an individual that is doing things for malicious intent or financial gain. They do not care or consider the laws that are in place to prevent that. And basically that if they can find a way into your network because either a vulnerability or something like that, then they're going to exploit that vulnerability to gain access into your network. And that's really what a black hat hacker does. Now, when things first started, when the internet really was starting up, there have always been what we call black hat hackers or elite hackers like that. But those elite hackers would never really try their exploits on their own. So what we had was you'll also hear the term script kiddies. And a script kiddie is an individual that has very little to no technical capabilities or coding capabilities, doesn't really understand cyber security or things like that. And what they'll do is they will use someone else's tools to find an exploit. And what a lot of times is these hackers will push these tools out, and these script kiddies will use that. And if they get caught, well, then the hacker knows that they need to make some changes. So a script kiddie really is more of a nuisance individual. They might break into someone's website, they might break into someone's network, but they really have no real skills. They don't know how to cover their tracks. And most of the time, a script kiddie, if is detected, will eventually get caught, by the authorities. Now, also, you have white hat hackers. Now, a white hat hacker, sometimes you'll hear the term ethical hacker. Now, ethical hacker, that's almost like an oxymoron in some regards. But really, what an ethical hacker is an individual that has similar or the same skills as a black hat hacker, but they are using that or as their tools. All right. So they're hired by a company, a security company, that would leverage that individual to work with companies to find all of these exploits and find all of these problems with their network first. So basically, these white hat hackers are working for security companies. They're paid to identify all the same vulnerabilities that a black hat hacker would find, but then find them first and work with the company to patch them or remediate them or fix them, so that a black hat hacker would not have as easy a path into their network. Now, you have a gray hat hacker. I look at a gray hat hacker as kind of like a hobbyist. It's an individual that has skills. They are not breaking into networks to be malicious. They're not hired by a security firm to work or to help clients. But they may or may not cross over the line at times. So they don't necessarily respect the boundaries in the same manner that, you know, if you have a piece of property and you put up a, no trespassing sign, or you have a house or a garage and the doors are locked or the doors are not locked, basically they don't respect that property line. They'll cross the property line. They may not do anything illegal. They may just want to be looking around. They may be interested in looking at the information that's there. So they kind of cross over between both realms, and they will have, and that's why they're called gray hat. They're not really doing malicious activities, but they're not being paid for their services to do work on the good guy side, I guess you want to say that. And that's what a gray hat hacker is. Now, you'll hear the term red hat hacker, but that's more of a vigilante or a hacktivist. All right. So if you think of like Anonymous, Anonymous is a well-known hacking organization that what they do is they're more hacktivists. They may come across an organization, an individual, a cause, and they may exploit the vulnerabilities for that business or that organization to make a statement against, for a cause that they want to support. And just because you start in one area doesn't mean you can't end up in another. So, one of our famous hackers is Kevin Mitnick. Now, Kevin Mitnick was a hacker. He had lots of exploits, amazing in social engineering. He actually got caught, went to jail, was released, had to be on probation, and then founded the company KnowBe4. Now, KnowBe4 is a social engineering and anti-phishing organization that hundreds of organizations use. And what Kevin Mitnick did was that he took those skills that he used for malicious intent, went to jail, and some would say reformed himself, and now uses those skills to help companies to prevent phishing and prevent against ransomware. So there are a lot of individuals that were originally Black Hat and then either went to jail or not, and then converted over into where they were working for businesses or for the federal government. So that's really what we have here. We have a Black Hat, which is malicious intent. We have White Hat, which is used by security firms to help clients work or to understand the vulnerabilities before they could be exploited. Gray hat, which, like I said, is more, in my eyes, is more of a hobbyist, someone who has skills but doesn't use them for good or evil, and maybe just it's their hobby. We have script kiddies, which are individuals that have no skills and really use someone else's wares or applications or techniques to wreak havoc on an organization. And then we have hacktivists, and those hacktivists are individuals that will pursue a cause and use their technical skills to find those exploits to serve a cause, not necessarily for monetary gain. So easy one, but now when you're listening to the news and you hear them talk about hackers, you'll be able to determine where are they using it correctly? But I think when we're talking about security, we really want to know what type of hackers that we're dealing with. But that's it. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And then also we do have another security awareness training coming up second week of June. If you want to go to the SBDC site, you can see all of the events that the SBD or the Virginia SBDC is hosting. And we'd love for you to attend for security awareness. So that's it, everybody, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.